Hey, from the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on this Thursday, September 30th, the last day of the third quarter. And what you going to do when the S&P comes after you? Remember this? We didn't forget it. It did come after you. If you were a short seller, the S&P has rallied a whole 130 handles since we came out with this. Lo and behold, the floor guys had this one. Okay, you know what the thing is here? We're going to make this short and quick. What's going on here is that there's been rumors abounding that there's going to be some type of big sell program that's going to go on late in the day. This is a rumor. We don't know anything about it. But it's really got something to do with the imbalance late in the day. And there's big numbers being thrown around. And we want to make sure that everybody knows this. This isn't something to trade off of, okay? You got to be very careful about this type of information. And it's not what we're promoting. Because when you hear about these kind of big, large imbalances and stuff like that, you got to take into consideration the fact that there's going to be a buyer on the other side of that also, okay? That's how it goes. This stuff gets paired off, and then there's a net, and that net will be what the imbalance is late in the day. But up to this point right now, the S&P rallied up to a new high at 1153.5, and we've just got down all the way to 1133.80. We're getting hit up on the IMs, we're getting hit up on Twitter, we're getting hit up everywhere about what's going on here. And really, to tell you the truth, when the S&P got to its highs of the day, UB and also Tim from Top Notch had key levels up there, but also RIM went out saying that we thought that the markets were very toppy, and now that the S&P has sold off over 20 handles. Now the pit bull just hit me back up, and we said that the 20 handle rule went into effect, and we thought this 1133.80 low may be good. And the pit bull came back and said, hey, you better watch out for the 50 handle rule. So here, now we're going to come out, we're going to say it like it is. We're not going to say that the rally is over, but we're going to declare ourselves, and declaring ourselves, which life is all about, we think that the upside move may be coming to a top. And that doesn't mean that the whole rally is over. It means we may be going into a corrective phase in the S&P and a move back down. As far as volumes are concerned, we're seeing huge volumes here. I don't know exactly what the number was coming in, but by 10:30 or 10:15, we already had 1 million minis traded. That's a lot. Usually when we do this, about 11:15, the volume's around 850 to 900,000. We've already got over 1 million. I'm sorry, we've got 1,000,001 right now. That's a lot of volume, and it tells us that there's a lot of trading activity building up into the third quarter. Now, statistically, today is a bad day, and the first day of the new quarter is supposed to be a good day. So, you know, take this for what it is. You just trade the market, take your profits, get in and get out. Tim?
Top-notch trading here. That was a heck of a call by Danny. And a special Yahoo out to UB out there. He's the guy that really saw this 53 even upside gap. Top-notch trading, I looked, I had my magnifying glass out, and I just didn't see it. But then another guy that does charts around here this morning came up to me and he says, you really had to put it underneath the microscope. And he showed me, and there it is. The 53 even gap was there. Top Notch was looking for 55 half today. Missed it by a couple handles. It sure looked like the high was coming close. And after this move, like Danny said earlier, we've rallied 130 handles and everybody was short. The shorts get squeezed, and now we've rallied so much, everybody's bullish. And what happens with the sell-off today is that since everybody got bullish, the sell-off occurs. Because now it is the end of the third quarter. There are some shake and bake in the books, and believe me, they got to show some profit. They got to look like they've done a lot, and they've accomplished a lot, and they actually have since the end of August. Just look at what they've done in a month. That's pretty good. But anyway, I'm not sure if this sell-off is done today. Overall, we have a week low right now of 27.30, and I suspect if they can't get back above the settle here of 41 or 40.90 from yesterday, and they reject and start making new lows, we're going to see that week low of 27.20, but an objective of 20.40 today. The key price right now that came 2 days ago was 30.40. When we saw that first low of 27.30, they said we'd see a bounce to 34. And if we were going to make new lows, they would reject the 34 and go below 30.40. That never happened, and so the rally ensued. This could be a sell-off due to what's going on in the 30-year bond, too. This morning, they opened up, I believe, at 34.04. Made a high of 34.07. made a low of 33.20 something, went back up to 34.05, and they pulled the rug out. They went all the way down to 32.09, sold off almost 2 complete points. And since that sell-off, they've been circling the wagons, and now they've actually rallied a 1.5. Talk about some things going on here that are acting inversely. That's what I'm looking at right now, and it all really, like Danny said earlier, happens at the end of the month. I believe the pit bull could be right. The 50 handle rule could come into effect, because if things really get ugly, there is a little mini gap, and they don't do that on the mini, let alone the cash, down to 1104.90. And that, my friends, if it gets ugly, Top Knot says that's where this market could end up today. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.